Good evening. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Today's video is dedicated to my beautiful niece, Heather. She would have turned 45 years old today. Happy birthday, Heather. We love you and we miss you. Today, we're going to go back in time and talk about the 42 gang. This was like the farm club of the Chicago outfit. A lot of tough teenagers that grew up in Grand Avenue, Taylor Street, and Bridgeport formed a very tough gang. And at the end, I did a little video on Dick Kane. I hope you enjoy. Now, this man needs no introduction. Leader of the 42 gang, boss of the Chicago outfit. I actually seen his house in Miami, and I drove by his house for sale right here in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, in the ghetto, Inglewood. It's on sale right now for $165,000. Al's name is known all over the world. One time I was in Sweden. As soon as they heard I was from Chicago, they said Al Capone. Now, probably the lowest key organized crime member ever in the history, right up there with Carlo Gambino, one of the leaders of the 42 gang and boss of the Chicago outfit for a few years, is Paul the Waiter Ricca. This gentleman came to this country from Italy, could barely speak English, and made millions of dollars in the rackets. Now, here's probably one of the richest, most powerful, low-key mob bosses in the history of organized crime, Anthony Accardo, a.k.a. Joe Batters. He was a member of the 42 gang. It was actually a bodyguard, a top bodyguard to Al Capone. He led the Chicago outfit for many years, making millions of dollars for the outfit. Here we got Louis Cockeyed, Louis Frado. He's a tough street punk, member of the 42 gang, Chicago outfit associate. He was actually one of the few informants that the Chicago outfit had. Very similar to Detroit. They had the least amount of informants and the least amount of indictments compared to New York City and Philly. But this is Lou Frado. There's an old dinosaur of the 42 gang, Fiori Buchieri. He worked directly under Al Capone, along with his brother. This gentleman was one of the largest loan sharks back in the day. He was also one of the guys, along with Jack Cerrone, Turk Torillo, and Mad Sam, that brutally tortured Action Jackson for Sam Giancana. Sam Momo Giancana, boss of Chicago outfit back in the golden years. He was also a member of the street gang, the 42 gang, and one of the best wheelmen back in the day. Kind of reminds me of John Feccarata. Not only were these guys were killers, but they were some of the best wheelmen they've ever seen. They saved their friends on many, many hits and scores from getting caught. Now here's an autopsy photo of Chucky English. He was a member of the 42 gang going back to years after the Prohibition, as well as an Chicago outfit associate. He was good friends right under Sam Giancana. He got shot and killed in Elmwood Park, leaving a restaurant. Shortly after Angelo LaPetria, Joey Lombardo, Tony Spilotro got indicted for the Las Vegas skim. Now here's a nice photo. Looks like an old wedding photo by some of the top, most powerful men in the country. I love the nice tan there on Anthony Accardo. But here you got Sam Teets Battaglia. He was one of the leaders of the 42 gang, as well as a made member, high-ranking guy in the Chicago outfit. Him and his brothers made millions of dollars legitimately, and his grandson became an NHL hockey player. Now, growing up in the 42 gang, this guy became a made member of the Chicago outfit and one of the most powerful men in the country. You got Pat Marcy. I went to his trial along with Alderman Roti, but he was too sick to stand trial. Bob Cooley wore a wire against this man. But this guy controlled all your judges, all your cops, all your aldermen, high-ranking member of the outfit. Now here's another member of the 42 gang and a made member of Chicago outfit, Alderman Fred Roti. I went to his trial. He showed up in court every day at like 5 foot tall, surrounded by beautiful Italian women. He had a campaign slogan, vote for me and nobody gets hurt. He controlled all your judges, all your cops, all your aldermen, all the outfit guys went to Alderman Roti anytime they were in trouble and needed a favor. Now, probably the craziest member of the 42 gang in the Chicago outfit is none other than Mad Sam DeStefano. This guy had a torture chamber in the basement of his own house. He killed his drug addict brother. He eventually met his demise by his own brother and little Tony Spilotro when they shotgun blasted him in his garage. Now, the 42 gang had a lot of brothers that were members. For example, the DeStefano brothers. Here's Mario, Mad Sam DeStefano's brother. This guy did a lot of work for the Chicago outfit. Wasn't as crazy as his brother, but still very vicious. And him, as well as Tony Spilotro, got the green light by Tony Accardo to kill Mad Sam. They blew him away with a shotgun, blowing off his arm. Now here with two tough street kids for the 42 gang, also became heavyweights for the Chicago outfit. On the left, you got Charles Nicoletti. He was one of the men allegedly that killed John F. Kennedy. He was one of the shooters. He himself also got killed by Harry Alleman. And then you got Milwaukee Phil, a boss of Chicago outfit. He worked for Battaglia and Marshall Capone. Frank Skids Caruso, him, his brothers, and family members were members of the 42 gang. They also became main members of Chicago outfit. They were very powerful in the unions. They kept their mouth shut, kept a low profile, went into a lot of legitimate businesses, and made millions of dollars. Very powerful family in Chicago. Now, Willie Messino, he was also a member of the 42 gang. And then when he grew up, he became a violent enforcer for the Chicago outfit, right under Tony Accardo. Did a little stint in prison when he got out. He went to work kind of like as a counselor for Marco D'Amico and John Nonos DeFranzo. But this guy was a serious killer for the outfit. Now here's Vincent the Saint Inserra. Believe me, this guy was no saint. He was a member of the 42 gang as well. Chicago outfit made guy that worked right under Joey Dove's Aiuppa. And him, along with Tony Spilotro, they were the ones that brutally tortured and killed the infamous M&M murders. Now here's an old dinosaur of the Chicago outfit, Joey Aiuppa. He was the leader of the 42 gang. Eventually became boss of the Chicago outfit. He led with an iron fist. This guy killed a lot of people when he was the boss. And he actually gave the green light to have the Spilotros knocked down right before he went to jail on the Las Vegas skin.
Legendary, right here.
Now going back to the 70s, this used to be Rosie's Snack Shop, owned by Jimmy Kozo, the owner of the compound we just showed you. And one day, two masked gunmen walked in. They said, "This is a stick-up." They lined up everybody on the counter. They walked up to one man, put a shotgun under his head and blew his head off.